Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma in beautiful Sidney by the Sea, getting ready for our nation's birthday. And you're watching Go on ShawTV. On today's show, we discover what Songhees carver Butch Dick is working on right now. And James Green hits the streets to find out if you've ever met anyone famous. All that and much more on Go Island. Can you guess where the Go team has come to today? Look around. If you guessed Sidney by the Sea, you are correct. And why are we here? Because we are getting ready for our nation's birthday, and this place is going to turn into a grand and festive party. Kenny Podmore, town crier, concierge extraordinaire, you've always been a big part of helping organize these events, but this year there's some really cool things happening. Let's begin with how does Sidney celebrate our nation's birthday?
In an amazing way, Karen. I mean, this year we start on Canada Day Eve. We start here in the park with a community barbecue. It's sponsored by Thrifty Foods. It's by donation. We shall start cooking at 3 p.m. and it will go through till 6:30. Our chefs will be members of the Sidney by the Sea Rotary Club and local dignitaries, and we literally get hundreds and hundreds in the park. It's just a great way to start Canada Days off. And then after the community dinner, it leads into our wonderful opening ceremonies, and this year we're going to have a citizenship reaffirmation. So we've got a citizenship judge coming down, and we'll all be invited to reaffirm our Canadian citizenship.
It's kind of like renewing your vows to Canada. Dear Canada, yes, I love you and I accept you as my beloved nation. I love that. That's such a special thing.
It's so beautiful. You couldn't put it a better way than that. We've got music in the pavilion here, the Craig Henderson Trio, and that leads us into our wonderful firework display, and that again this year is being done to music.
Then we wake up on our nation's birthday and we party.
And we do party, and the day starts off with a pancake breakfast.
I love the pancake breakfast.
The wonderful Lions will do a pancake breakfast at the Mary Winspear Centre, and then that leads into our parade, and this year, for the second year, it will start at 11:30, and then at the end of the parade everybody disperses again. The families go off to Iroquois Park, where there's some amazing family activities going on down there, and I believe that this year there's going to be free ice cream, which is going to be great. But there's so many games going on, and this year they're going to have a little beer garden for anybody you know.
Yeah, one adult beverage, yes.
And then here we start building our boat, because it's the Sleg Build-A-Boat competition, and that is just amazing.
Now, if you go to the Peninsula Celebrations website, you can download all the events that are happening. They've got an amazing lineup of things, and you can get all the details. But really, make it something that you take the time to do. Sidney by the Sea, it's magical out here. Absolutely. We are now going to meet an incredible First Nations carver. He has won several awards, including Lifetime Achievement Award. And Daphne Good met up with this carver, who is now passing his gifts on to someone else. There'll be a variety of fundraisers to raise the Oak Bay High Totem Pole over the next few weeks, including the Bald Eagle Band that'll be at the Oaks Restaurant on Oak Bay Ave on the 11th of July. We are in beautiful Sidney by the Sea. We are here because we are getting ready for our country's birthday. That's right, Canada is celebrating once again, and if you want to celebrate in a big way, this is the place to do it. There's so much going on over a 2 or 3 day period, and while you're here celebrating our nation's birth, make sure you check out the Shaw Ocean Discovery Center. They always have new exhibits, new programs. It is such a cool way to experience our Salish Sea. Now, have you ever been walking down the street and spotted a famous person? Well, our very own James Green has, and he's going to tell you all about it. Well, I've interviewed so many famous people over the years, and a few do stand out. But the truth is, my favorite thing in the whole world to do is just interview people here on South Vancouver Island. We are here at the Sidney Museum. We've been talking about Canada Day. And while you're in Sidney, you must come to the Sidney Museum, because over the next 2 weeks, all the way till the end of June, there's an exhibit happening that is very, very cool. Great way to think about our country. What's the name of the exhibit?
The exhibit is called A License to Print Money, and it shows the history of Canadian currency all the way from the beginning of Canada's history up to relatively present.
It's fascinating, and there's lots of trivia, but Elisa's favorite is the counterfeit. How come? What is it about that that's so fun?
The fun is probably the somewhat illicitness and the sneakiness behind it.
Oh yeah, Canadians, we are sneaky. We have to take a very short break, but please stay with us. When we come back, we are going to be heading to Shawnigan Lake to find out what's happening there, and more great stories right here in beautiful Sidney by the Sea. We're in beautiful Sidney by the Sea today, getting all ready for Canada Day. Now, do you remember the 24-hour relay, that crazy event where people would run around the track at UVic raising money for a good cause? Well, they've changed it up a bit. It's in Shawnigan Lake this year. Dan Kahn went there to find out what's going on. Canada Day. We do it right here on Vancouver Island. Sidney by the Sea has a 3-day event, all sorts of things going on. If you go to the Peninsula Celebrations website, you can download all the information. Also, Victoria, they have the big fireworks, and of course, the Ledge has live music. And if you head out to the Western communities, they also are partying and celebrating our country in a big way. So go online, find out what's happening, and make sure that you celebrate our country with style. We'll see you next time.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir, casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.